Okay, so I thought I'd do another update to harvesting your garden or whatever. So I played around with a lot of stuff, and this I found is the most efficient garden that you can grow everything in. So from tier 1 all the way to tier 4. And it's essentially just these dispensers, each dispenser on each side of your life force collectors, and it covers the whole thing because I'm going in a sort of windmill pattern. So blue, purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow. And it goes in that windmill. And then the corners are just pylons to connect them all up, right? And I have one of each. And so you go in a zigzag style windmill. So blue, purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow, blue, purple, yellow. So it's just, if you're going, you just go this direction with it, and then when you get back around this way, you're going back that way. Then you're going this direction with it. So clockwise, then counterclockwise, and then you go back to going clockwise, and then however you want to do the corners, you just throw 3 pylons down, connect them to where they need to go, and you can use the dispensers as pylons as well. So that is the easiest and most simplistic farm you could make to grow everything you need. And you're never going... I mean, I'm not that far into the league. I just got to maps. And so I've been playing around that. I'm growing tier 3 right now. And I've played around a lot with it. So this is my new storage setup. And it's just collecting it all in a line. And this is my sort of storage area, and I could build that anywhere really. So, and then this was my first attempt at doing the tier 2 and tier 3 harvesters or collectors. So I would have yellow dispensers here, which will provide life force across the whole thing, but it takes up one spot in the actual growing zone. And then the other dispenser here. And again, it takes up... So you'll lose 2 spots with these 2 dispensers providing life force to your farm, but you're able to grow in all the rest of the spots anything you want, from tier 2 to tier 3. And then that was just sort of playing around with this. So you go in an X, essentially, or a cross, trying to get everything set up. So that was like my initial tier 2 and tier 3 collectors. And then I just have tier 1 farms down here. So this just grows tier 1 to provide condensed life force to the rest of my thing. So 3, technically 4 of each right now. So here's 4, and I've only ever filled up 2, and that was after collecting seeds for a while. So I'm thinking of just going to so removing this. I'm probably going to remove this and just have 1 or 2 of each, or just leave those where they are. But I want to get rid of this because this is just kind of painful to watch or look at, and it's using a lot of space, I guess. I'm just very pleased with this setup here because it's so simple. Everything's in a line. There's some zigzagging here, but everything's in a straight line, and I can just go in there, plant stuff. I can utilize 100% of the growing space itself. And if I need to do an extra one somewhere, I can do it down here, or I can play around with it and see what I want to do with it. But yeah, I just want to get rid of these so I have the space to actually play around with it if I actually need to expand it at all. So that's pretty much it. I guess I can go into... So if you're... So my first farm area, if you had that, I would put a dispenser here and here. So say this was a yellow dispenser, that covers 100% of the farm, and then the purple dispenser would go here and here, and then that would cover the rest of the farm. So that would be perfect for tier 2 and tier 3 seeds, growing that, right? And then you just string up the pylons however around it. For the next one, it was a little bit more... It was a lot more resource intensive, so I had to spend a lot more time gathering resources. Do I even have space to sort of show this off? So let's just put it here. So you would have your dispenser there, and then you'd have 3 pylons. Oh, I guess I could hold shift on each edge of it, and then you connect them all up in a windmill fashion. I ran out of pylons. This was all I had spare left over after playing around with it. And then you just connect up the pylons in the corners. So you want to leave the corner open and have that on the outside. Oops. Originally, I was... Before I figured out that you could use the pylons as... or use the dispensers as pylons, I was just gonna have these be here and connect them up. Oops. Like so. And then just go on my day. But since you can use the pylons, or the dispensers as pylons, that saves a lot of resources. And then I also found out you could use storage tanks as pylons as well, as long as there is a pylon in between them. So say you had 1, 2, 3, 4. You could just go, hey, that connect to that, and now that's a purple pylon right there. That's connected up to the rest of the grid. So there's... You can do a lot with playing around with it. Again, it didn't take me too long to play around with it and test this out. I just sat in this area for like... Well, it was over the course of my leveling process, pretty much, where I would go, oh, okay, now I need this for tier 2, and then it was like, oh, now I need this for tier 3, and I was growing tier 3 seeds here. I'm waiting for some tier 2s to finish growing, and then I still have some tier 3 seeds left to get growing, but I'm gonna just wait for the rest of these tier 2 seeds to grow, and then I want to transfer everything up to my new farm area over here. Because every single square can grow a tier 2, 3, and 4. Oh, so one of the things about this layout, though, I should probably mention, is to be able to grow the tier 3 seed in this corner here, you're gonna need tier 2 seeds in one of these 2 spots. So that was one of the requirements for this, to be able to grow. And you can just plant it down, and it won't grow, it'll just be there, but it still counts as the adjacency bonus. So to be able to grow the tier 2s, 3s, and 4s in the corner, you need at least a tier lower, equal to or lower than the seed you're trying to grow, or one less or equal to the seed you're trying to grow, in one of these 2 spots. And throughout the whole thing, I have each one of those spots open. So like if you put one here for this farm, you then just put one here for this farm. And yeah, so that was a rather simple... I could have made it a little bit more condensed if I planned out like which seed was going to go where, but I didn't want to do that. It works with leaving it all open, and it could have been more condensed, but who got time for that? So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick update. It's all connected up to the base. Tiers 1 through 4, 100% efficiency, or 100% plot use. Yeah, so happy farming.